I am writing a class called student. I am writing. So class student. So here we are going to specify the properties. Student will have what properties we want to maintain about a student. Suppose for example I want to maintain student number. So STN, which is one property. Then student name.
Marks.
So obviously what is the data type we go for?
String.
String.
In Java we have string data type.
So string. Suppose I want to maintain what is the fees. So we say double. So like this, for how many properties that you want, you can maintain. So now we are define a class called student. So now we want to define two methods, two operations I want to do. One operation is to assign student information, another operation is to display the student information. So one is, so what is this public? Here I not mentioned anything. So now we need to understand there is something called access specifiers. Now we need to know something called access specifiers. So what do you mean by access specifiers? Access specifiers, some people will say access controllers, they say. Access specifiers. So access specifiers indicates whether this data can be accessed only from inside the class or it can be accessed from outside the class. So when you talk about access specifiers, in Java we have 4 access specifiers. So what are they? Private, public, protected, default. This default is a no access specifiers. No specifier. So we have 4 access specifiers. So private means what? Private access specifier indicates the members of the class can be accessed only from inside the class.
Section 2
Access specifiers. So first access specifier is private. So private means what? It indicates that these members of this class can be accessed only from inside the class. It is not possible to access from outside the class. So normally we give private access specifiers for member variables. Why? Because we want to protect the data, we want to secure the data. So that we give the access specifier what? Private. And here, when you talk about security or protection, we need to understand the exact meaning of security. Many people they think security means hacking, in internet security, illegal access. But here the meaning of security is entirely different. In order to understand this security, we divide the programmers itself into 2 categories. When you talk about OOPS concept, the best way of understanding OOPS concept is you divide the programmers into 2 categories. Who are they? One is, for our understanding purpose, I use a word called class developer, and another one is class user, or we can say class user. So class developer means what? A person who is defining this class, a programmer who is defining this class is a class developer. A person who creates object for this particular class, who writes a main method, who creates object for this class, and through that object when you are going to access this, then he is a class user, or we can say object creator. Whatever word that you want, you can use. So in real-time environment, class developer is different, object creator or class user is different.
So can you repeat class developer?
Class which has defined string, for example, or array of characters. But we are just create the variable for that, and we are doing so many operations on this. So when we are using this, we comes under what? User. Who has defined already is a class developer. So same way, a programmer who is defining this class developer, and the programmer who is using this class, who creates object for this class and perform various operations, is a class user or object creator. So when I keep private here, when we keep private, what does it mean? This object creator cannot do whatever operation he wants. He can do the operations which are defined by this class developer. Whatever methods are there, whatever operations are defined, Only those operations can be performed by this object creator. He cannot do his own operation. Okay, so that is a way how we provide security. So why I need to provide security? If I don't provide security, what happens is this object creator may do whatever operation that he wants. Because of that, there is a chance of losing his own data. It's something like this. If you take our cell phone, this phone belongs to whom? For example, this phone belongs to me. So that means what? I can do whatever operation I want. Is it correct? No. For example, Android operating system is there. Can you delete the Android operating system from the phone? No. Because the manufacturer will not allow me to access those softwares. So why he is not allowing me to access the software? It is for my betterment, not for his betterment. Same way, here the object creator is not allowed to perform the operation what he wants. If you allow this person to perform every operation, if he is doing some operation unknowingly or accidentally, he may lose some data. So if you don't want to lose those data, obviously we need the help of this access specifiers. Okay. So when I keep private, it means that these member variables cannot be accessed from outside this class. That means object creators cannot do whatever operation he wants. That's the meaning. So now I am defining 3 member variables with private access specifier. Now I need to write methods. So when you talk about method, we define 2 methods here. One is public void get data. This is one method which is going to get the data. And another method I want to write is public void show data or show, which is going to show the student information. So how do you get the data? Let us assume end user is going to give the data. So for that we use scanner class. We need to use scanner class. How to get input? In simple way of saying is, in C language we use scanf, but in Java we cannot use scanf just like that. So here we need to follow a procedure where I need to create an object for what? Scanner class. So scanner S is equal to new scanner of system.in. So here the system.in refers to keyboard. So you are going to create one object for this. So this is a predefined class, built-in class. So you are creating an object for this scanner class. Now we can say enter student information. So we are asking the user to enter the student information. So here we need to accept 3 information: student number, student name, fees. So student number is basically, so now we write like this. So scanner class yes dot next int. So this is going to accept integer data. So which I want stored where stnmo. So we write here stnmo is equal to s dot next int. Next same way what you do, string means we just say s dot next. We just write next is a method used to accept a string data that I store it in a variable st name. Then fees, if you want to accept, we say fees is equal to, we want to accept the next double. So now because of these 3, we are accepting student number, student name, fees, store it in student number, student name and fees variable. So this is what we have defined a method called get data. Now public void show. So now we can just write system.out.println student information is system.out.println stnmo. If you want to get separate, student number is plus stnmo. Student name is, if you want a clear output, student name is st name. I think you can write it. So here plus is the concatenation operation, which will combine the data, that is variable, and the literal, or what is this called, the string constant together. So now we have defined a class called student having three member variables, three data, or we can say three states, then two methods, get data, show, or we can say two behaviors, or we can say two operations. So now we have defined a class. So who has defined this class? Class programmer has defined this class. So this is separate. Now what we will be doing? Now once we define the class programmer job is over. Now we need to go for application programmer job, or what is called object creator job. So what you will do? Here define a class, we will say some name demo. See, when you know about Java, we always say Java is pure object oriented programming language. So when you always compare Java with C++. So you know about C++. C++ is not a pure object oriented programming language. One of the reasons is in C++ we write main.
Main outside the class.
Main is different outside the class. Whereas in Java everything is kept inside the class. That means it follows the OOPS concept 100%. This is one of the main reasons. So here we will be writing the main. So main also should be kept inside the class. So we are giving a class name, class name demo. So here I am writing public static void main. Now we define, we say string argument as. This is the way how a main method looks like in Java. So now what we need to do? We need to create object for this class. We need to create object for which class? Student class. So how do we create an object? Already told you what is an object, which exists physically. So always remember, object is a variable, class is a data type. So now we are going to create object. How to create object? We say student S is equal to new student. Now we need to understand this line properly. So actually, new student is going to create an object. So new is a keyword, or we can say it is used to create object dynamically. In Java, objects can be created only dynamically. Whereas when you talk about C++, there we can create object dynamically as well as statically. That is during the compilation time of the program. So now new student, this is going to create an object dynamically. Now what is happening? One object has been created. So you need to refer to that object. Reference means something like this. And so some name is required for me to identify. So that with that name people can access me. Same way, you have created an object. You need some reference variable, some identifier is required to access this object. That identifier is nothing but what? Yes. So S is an object name, we can say, but technically it is not an object name, it is a reference name. Okay, so now it refers to this object, and this object is having three member variables: student number, student name, fees. So now this is student number, student name, fees. So all the three things together is this reference variable. So now you have created the object. So now I need to store student number, student name, fees. So what I can do? I need to call this method from. So who will write this? Object programmer or object creator will do that. So he knows only one thing. When I want to accept data, I need to call a method called get data. So now I just say yes dot get data. So next yes dot show. So now we wrote a simple Java program to understand the concept of encapsulation. So now this is defined separately, this is defined separately. So when you compile this program, so how to compile this program? You go to prompt to type Java C space, and what is very important here is whatever the file name that you are going to give.
Camel case. Demo.java.
Let me talk about the naming conventions here.
Actually,
Okay, let me talk about naming conventions. So what should be the file name? I can give any file name. Actually speaking, I can give any file name. Even I can give xyz.java. Only the extension should be what? dot Java. So how do I compile? Java C space xyz dot Java. If I compile. Now once this program has been, for example, I am doing this like this. So once I compile this program successfully, automatically in Java it creates two dot class files. In this example, two dot class files because two classes are there. One is student dot class and another is demo dot class. Okay. So two classes are created. So now we need to invoke, we need to execute this program. That means we need to invoke what? Main method we need to invoke. So main method is kept in which class?
Demo class.
Demo class. So how do we invoke this? How do we execute?
Java demo.
Java space demo. That means this class contains this main method. So when you don't specify, just the class name having main method you need to specify. So now the programmer, as a programmer, I need to remember two names. One is
File
file
name
name
and class
xyz.java and another is a class having main method. So two names I need to remember. So remembering two names is difficult for me. So best way of naming convention is what? Whatever the name that you are given for name, that class name only you give us what? File name. So that now if you give this file name as what?
Demo.java.
Demo.java, then while compiling you just give here demo.java, then the same name only you will give while executing also.
So it is not a compulsory, right?
It is not compulsory.
Yes, for our.
It is just for our
Yes.
convenient purpose,
Yes.
they are giving the same. But when you define this class as a public class, then compulsory this name should be
Same.
that will say it's not.
Packages when you are using
That
packages.
time, not. So now this is our first program. So now we understood what is encapsulation definition, we understood how to implement encapsulation concept, we understood. Now obviously question is coming, sir, why I need to use all those things? Why I should learn all these things? That means let us understand what is the goal of encapsulation. What is the goal? So goal of encapsulation is data abstraction. Data abstraction. Then why I need advantage? So advantage is provide security and reduces complexity or reduces difficulty, whatever is it, reduces complexity. So now let us understand goal in detail, advantage in detail. So I think you know the difference between goal and advantage. So what is data abstraction? Many people they think data abstraction is also one of the concept of OOPS. It's not like that. Only three concepts: encapsulation, polymorphism, inheritance. Data abstraction is the
Part
goal.
of goal of
Encapsulation.
Encapsulation. So what is data abstraction? Abstraction means what? What is required, showing
only
the
required
things.
they are giving.
What is not required, unnecessary things which are not required, hiding them.
Yes.
That is what is called data abstraction.
It is same like data hiding.
Actually, hiding is different from abstraction, technically speaking. So a simple example is, suppose someone is asking me to say Ramayana story. So I can just tell Ramayana story in one line also. Ravana took Sita, Rama fought, brought Sita back. Over. So here what is required, I am just showing only, I am exposing only three. Rama, Ravana, Sita. So what is required for this story, I am only saying three. But my intention is to say only these three. But because of saying only these three, remaining so many characters I am hiding. So my intention is not to hide. My intention is to
Highlight
make
wanted.
the thing simple.
Highlight the wanted.
So if my intention is to hide, then I can say data hiding. My intention is not to hide here. My intention is to make the simple, make the thing simple. So what is required only I am saying. That is actually called data abstraction. So what is the data abstraction here? I already told you, class programmer is different, object creator is
Different.
So now object creator, what he will know? How to create an object for student? He understands only three things: how to create, how to invoke this method to get the data, how to invoke this method to show the data. That's all. So it is something like Ramayana story in 3 lines. 3, that's all. But actual complexity is here. So actual
That
complexity.
is implementation is hidden, no sir?
Yes.
We can say.
Yes, we can say that.
Implementation is hidden from this.
So this is only what he understands.
Only
So
access.
obviously, if you go and ask this programmer, is it writing Java program is simple? He says very simple. What is that? But this programmer is the main actual, crucial programmer, critical activity. So the goal of encapsulation is data abstraction. So what is the advantage of data abstraction? To provide security, I already told you, by giving what? Access specifiers. You are not allowing. Now, is it possible for this
Duplicate sir.
programmer to do whatever operation that he wants other than this?
Anyway.
Roll number.
So that means obviously you are providing
Roll
security.
number.
And another advantage is reduces the complexity. Why? Because how the operation is being done is being totally hidden.
70.
But my intention is not to
9 duplicates are removed.
Okay, so this is about encapsulation. Next time.